Mr. Gibb.
Hi, I just wanted to ask you about the liquor store decision. Now that that decision has been made on 17th Avenue, is the third reading of that, is that assured when it does come back?
It's very uncommon for us not to have to back it up, just because no one will have any idea what we're talking about. So under the Municipal Government Act, you have to vote on a bylaw 3 times. And the third, and you cannot do the 3 readings at the same meeting unless you have unanimous consent to do it. And many municipal councils, as a matter of course, do not do all 3 readings on the same day. We have chosen to do all 3 readings in most cases on the same day if they're relatively non-controversial. But any member of council can object to that. Now, when the third reading comes, it is a non-debatable motion. It just comes and we vote on it, and it comes to the next meeting of council. So I would imagine that if you are a council member who feels that you're short a vote or someone wasn't present, you might be doing some lobbying between now and the next council meeting to see if the third reading will change. I don't believe in my time as mayor the third reading has ever changed. There was one where it was very, very close, and a former alderman actually accidentally changed his vote. But then we switched it around and it did hold. But I can't think of a time we've actually changed it.
So we're getting a liquor store over there.
Most likely. And you know, what council's decision they made on this was that there's no rules preventing a liquor store from being in that particular location, which is a fair point. However, I think that it really did highlight that in some communities we have to think about ways of getting rules that will respond to the needs of the community in a different way. And it seems that our current rules don't. And I think a number of members of council who supported it said, look, this isn't against the current rules, but we might want to talk about changing the rules.
Can I also ask you, there's a media report today that a member of council said that a city staff person almost lied in talking about winter recycling stats. Does that comment concern you?
Yeah, this is pretty troubling. And we've had a lot of conversations around members of council and their decorum and their behavior. And well, I'm not one to go in for excessive pearl clutching about my mental state, which seems to happen every 18 months or so. I think that we do have to be very, very careful in how we treat particularly city staff, because once again, city staff have no opportunity to fight back. So if you are concerned as a member of council about unprofessionalism on the part of city staff, then there is a mechanism to raise that. You raise it with the person's boss, or you raise it with the city manager, if you like, and it's dealt with that way. You don't raise it in the media where city staff cannot respond to these allegations. And it's interesting to note that that same member of council has already been censured for doing exactly the same thing in the past. So we all have to be pretty careful.
So will there be a council discussion of this incident or a request for an apology?
You know, until we have that integrity commissioner in place, we have a pretty broken process on this stuff, and that would have to be as the result of a complaint. Now, I just got back this morning, and I don't know if there's been a complaint. All right, thank you.